So, hello there everyone and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time to try something outrageous, something outlandish, something downright impossible on FIFA 19 career mode. Let's be honest, we've broken this game many times over the past few months, and today we're going to be doing the exact same. We're going to be breaking FIFA once more. The objective of today's video is to win the World Cup with a national team that isn't even on FIFA. We have managed to change the identities of all the national teams, okay? Now, bear with me on this one. As you can see, the actual names and badges, etc. of the national teams haven't changed at all. You can see Côte d'Ivoire is still Côte d'Ivoire. They've still got players from that country. But within the actual coding of these countries, there is something very amiss. The actual nations these teams represent are now completely different. The coding for selection for these teams are for different countries. For example, England's coding now suggests they should pick players from Croatia who don't have a national team on the game. France are another example. They are now coded to pick players only from Algeria. Don't ask me why that is really, and we have taken roughly 25 national teams and spliced up their coding to make sure they pick players from a different nationality to the one they represent. In the background now is a list of all the nations that we've changed, their names, and obviously then the actual code, the nations they're picking players from. So as I mentioned, England are choosing players from Croatia, Austria are choosing players from Latvia, Spain are choosing players from Tunisia, etc. And it's quite important that you do not necessarily learn them, because I will say throughout the video what each team actually represents. But because of the fact that these teams, these national teams, aren't actually on FIFA, you can't get the flag for them because it's simply not in the coding files of the game. So even though Serbia will be picking Serbian players, then their actual team or name pool will all be Serbian players, they're represented by Hungary, and the flag will still be Hungary. You can't get the word Serbia and the Serbian flag on FIFA 19. Now, I haven't changed the identity of absolutely every single national team. I've only done it with, as I said, about 25. But it should be enough to mess up absolutely everything when it comes to international competitions. And for the most part, all of the big teams have been changed as well. So the only teams that are left are probably ones that won't win actual competitions anyway. Now, if you go on to enjoy the video, slap a like on it and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It's the big red button under the video, and there'll again be a playlist in the top right of the screen so you can binge on some more of these cheat engine videos. I showed the team sheets obviously earlier. You can see the international ones, and obviously none of them are changed. Argentina, as you'll have seen from the graphic earlier on, are South Korea. They've still got all the Argentinian players, the likes of Messi, Dybala, Icardi, etc. That's because they haven't had to choose a team yet for a friendly, for a competition. As soon as they have to do that, they'll only have South Korean players to choose from, and the entire team will change. But we are going to sim through a season. We're going to sim actually halfway through the year and see whether any of the international teams have changed. And if we get an offer from an international team, we're going to be taking that, providing they've been edited in this experiment, and we're going to see what it's like to manage one of these teams. Now, we've got 2 job offers, but they're both from teams that I haven't swapped with anyone. Norway is still Norway, and Bulgaria is still Bulgaria, so that's pointless. But what I can do is see whether any of the teams have changed on the team sheet section. As you can see, Argentina still the same, Austria still the same, but Belgium have changed. So Belgium are now actually Albania. You can see Strakosha in goal. Brazil are actually the Ukraine now. You can see the likes of Andrei Yarmolenko there. I don't know how Yevgen Konoplyanka's not made it into that team, but there we go. Cameroon are now Guinea. They've got all their players, so this is brilliant. This has actually changed. Colombia are Senegal, as you can see there. They've got Kouyaté in that team and Ndiaye Diédhiou. Côte d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast are actually Ghana. Denmark are Montenegro. You can see Stevan Jovetic there up top for them. Got Egypt. They are now, what, Morocco, I think? England is an interesting one, and they are actually Croatia now. This is so jokes. Luka Modric, Ivan Rakitic, Mario Mandzukic, etc. Quite ironic, really, given England got knocked out of the World Cup by Croatia. I probably probably should have chosen a better combination there. I forgot about that one, boys and girls. France are now actually Algeria, the likes of Yassine Brahimi, Nabil Bentaleb, and of course Riyad Mahrez in that team. Germany are still Germany. Who are they even meant to be? They're meant to be Estonia, so I guess that makes sense. There's probably not an Estonian goalkeeper on the game. Hungary are now Serbia. You can see Milinkovic-Savic and Nemanja Matic there, the likes of Luka Jovic too. Italy haven't changed as well, so unfortunately some of these teams have remained the same. I imagine it's because there's not enough players within the nation I've changed them to actually fill up a team. What I was hoping we'd get was a situation where they just have no players, or they'd have, you know, spaces left for certain players and they'd have to forfeit or whatever. Slovenia are now Slovakia. That one was another one that needed to change. South Africa have changed as well. Who are they? I think they're Mali now. Spain have successfully become Tunisia. Sweden were meant to be Cape Verde, but Cape Verde don't have a goalkeeper on their game, unfortunately, which is why they haven't changed. So, incredibly though, out of all of them, Jamaica's worked. I don't know how. I didn't even realize there was that many Jamaicans on the game. And Uruguay as well. They are now the Democratic Republic of Congo. Wales too, that's the final one. They are Japan, the likes of Kagawa, Inui, Honda. They're all Welsh. I don't know what you're talking about. They grew up in Swansea, mate. I love how the one time I need an international job offer, I've got absolutely none. Colombia is looking very different indeed. Sadio Mane, Kalidou Koulibaly, all chilling in a Colombia national kit. Brazil as well have got all the Ukrainians, Andrei Lunin, Alexander Zinchenko, you can see there. Argentina, though, are still Argentina. Apart from Chong Tae-se, they've got one Korean Donny in the team. The USA have won the Copa America. Do the USA even compete in the Copa America for a start? Secondly, they're Jamaica. They've got one good player and it's Leon Bailey, and that's literally it. How has Jamaica beaten actual Argentina? Argentina were meant to be South Korea, and I don't know how there's not enough South Korean players given there's a South Korean league on the game. Chile beat Colombia, which is actually Senegal in the third place playoff as well. And that team, which is representing Senegal, beat Brazil, who are basically Ukraine. Another season, another international competition is done. Germany have beaten Portugal in the final of the Euros. They were meant to be Estonia and Qatar, respectively, but neither of them have got enough players, so they're actually Germany and Portugal. Hungary managed to get to the semi-finals. For those that remember the graphic, they are basically made up of Serbian players. They got slapped, though, in the semis against Germany. Other teams included Slovakia, who go under the name of Slovenia. We've got Denmark there as well. They're representing Montenegro, and Spain, who are basically made up of Tunisian players. Also, this is another thing. We might have certain countries in competitions they're not meant to be in. Tunisia shouldn't really be in the Euros, but they're under the name of Spain, so they're going to compete in that tournament. Croatia went out in the groups. Obviously, they're labelled as England, but the likes of Luka Modric, Rakitic, Mandzukic all going out. Guys, I don't believe it. We have actually got a job offer that we can take. Côte d'Ivoire, otherwise known as the Ivory Coast, I will accept your offer. I'm not gonna lie, I thought Ghana had better players than this, but they don't, looking at the national pool. So plenty of Ghanaians. It's gonna take a bit of getting used to because it literally says Ivory Coast, but this is not Ivory Coast, this is Ghana now. Oi, when it went on to international friendly, it actually came up with the Ghanaian flag. Hang on a second, how come it can come up with the Ghanaian flag for literally no reason on that graphic, but I can't get it on my actual thing? Anyway, as you can see, we're playing France in an international friendly. This is basically Ghana versus Algeria. Before this, they played Nigeria as well. And as you can see, they've actually got the right players. The likes of Yassine Brahimi, Benzia, Belfodil, and Riyad Mahrez. Taida in the team too. And Ghana has scored with 10 minutes to go. Thomas Partey is having a party. We've won in our first game. Oh, game 2 is against them as well. Anyway, it looks like we're going to beat Algeria again with 10 minutes to go. I think it's Andre Ayew that's given us the lead. Fam, what is that hair? Bruv, what? Jeez Louise. I'm picking the team for the World Cup with Ghana and it's an absolute madness. Lala Abubakar. We're in a group with Italy, Ireland, USA, or Jamaica in this instance, and ourselves in Ghana. So here we go. We're going to be facing Jamaica in a game at the World Cup as Ghana. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, the kits, the names aren't going to change, but the teams are, well, the teams are what I've said they are. This is it. Ghana v Jamaica. Forget about the thing at the bottom. We don't need to see that. So I imagine Leon Bailey's just going to stick his backpack on and put the entirety of Jamaica in it. A Chempong, a Fori, well blocked there by the defender. That was Hector getting on that one. Lovely flick through into Party. Back inside into Donza, and that is 1-0 inside 12 minutes in this game. We've taken a lead. We are 1-0 up in the World Cup with a team that isn't even on FIFA. Ball in, and Leon Bailey has equalised for Jamaica. How have you missed? Also, wait, hang on a second. Is our goalkeeper wearing a helmet? He is. Our goalkeeper wears a helmet. Tell you what, if any of you lot remember Ebenezer Afori from this channel's history, then fair play. Okay, Jamaica are in. Jamaica have scored. What's going on here, ladies and gents? Is this some sort of Cool Runnings spin-off? Because I'm not a massive fan of it so far. It's half-time. We're losing to Jamaica. Oh, great ball here into Thomas Partey, and that is 2-2. The star man gets us back in the game. Right, come on. Ball in behind here is for Pansil to give Ghana the lead back, but it's straight at Blake. Oh, lovely stuff from Pansil. He's hit the crossbar. No. Into Partey. Through for Pansil. Oh, he's hit the woodwork again. Are you mental? For the love of God. How are we not winning this game? I have absolutely no idea whether a draw is enough to get us through to the knockout stages. Oh, it is. Apparently, Timo Werner and Julian Draxler just simply don't have a club. Now, we're going to sim the round of 16 game because I know we're not going to win it, realistically. We're playing Croatia. Partey getting sent off has inevitably led to Ante Rebic getting a second, though, for Croatia, and we crash out of the World Cup. So Germany once again win the silverware. The reality is they're the only big team, or the biggest of the teams, that didn't get affected by this experiment, so it makes sense. Fair play, though, to Egypt, otherwise known in this experiment as Morocco, who won in the third place battle against Brazil, otherwise known as the Ukraine. Got other teams that were involved in this experiment involved in the quarterfinals as well. England, otherwise known as Croatia. Serbia there losing to Ukraine, I suppose, as well in that quarterfinal. In the round of 16, we've got Senegal there losing to Germany. But that, I think, is going to wrap up today's experiment, seeing what would happen if teams that you can't use on the game were actually involved in the World Cup and other international tournaments. Let me know down in the comments what other things you want me to do in terms of cheat engine experiments. And finally, you can follow me on social media these days too. My Twitter and Insta are at @theofficialfng, and links are down below. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.